York City, meanwhile, Mayor Eric Adams declaring a state of emergency over the humanitarian crisis caused by busloads of asylum seekers being sent here from Texas and elsewhere. More than 17,000 migrants since April, buses arriving every day, at least 9 buses yesterday, 9 more buses, including this one today. The city now preparing to build a tent city and negotiating with a cruise ship company for temporary housing. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos tonight.
Tonight, New York's mayor says the city is on the edge of a precipice, struggling to care for migrants seeking asylum who have been bussed into the city from border states since April. More than 17,000 arriving so far, at least 18 buses arriving since Thursday.
We need help, and we need it now.
Adams announcing that state of emergency, calling for federal and state help, as the city expects to spend at least $1 billion this fiscal year, helping the migrants find shelter, health care, and other services. Right now, 1 in 5 of the 61,000 people in city shelters is a migrant seeking asylum. The mayor says they are building an intake center on Randall's Island, appealing.
Or not. This is unsustainable.
The majority of.
All right, Shalom. This is Hard One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Havakar Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the 4 corners of the earth. Yeah, this is a quick topic dealing with this recent state of emergency that's been placed in New York. All right, sorry, but I'm looking something up because you had something going on in China. All right, a long time ago, basically during the time of Ip Man. If you watch Ip Man the movie, it was some type of war going on. And let me get it real quick. All right. If you look it up, it says Ip Man, the movie Ip Man. It says it's set in the 1930s in Foshan, China, before the Japanese invasion of the 1937. And that was important because if you watch the beginning of that movie, the guy that played Ip Man, Donnie, I forgot his name. But he was speaking about how immigrants were being flooded into China, and they were living wealthy at first, as you see in the movie, but then they started going into poverty, and with that poverty, so started falling his fame. You know, he was a celebrity. They were kind of wealthy, just like a lot of people in these heathens and jakes in America. But as the economy and the influx of immigrants started showing up, that would slowly eat away at the economy and the resources. So one plate, well, they had like 2 plates. Person had to get like 1 plate. You know, like they got fast food in America, all these different places to eat. The resources started dwindling, you know. And in this sense, in America, it would be like the financial help. You know, with hyperinflation, they're going to eat up that all the resources that's going out. Now, it's crazy because they got an influx of immigrants, and at the same time, they got a housing crisis. You know, and a high rate of homelessness in this place, and unemployment. So they said they get free phones, they get free home or free living, or they get sent back to wherever they cross the borders at or whatever. Or they get free travel, free buses. So it's hard to find that living in this place, being born here. But over in China, during the time of that movie Ip Man, the reason I want to bring that up, what stood out to me a while ago when I watched the movie, was he was speaking about where one household, one person would have like 2 plates or a big meal. After a while, it quickly changed to they had to dwindle down to 1 plate. and then from one plate to the 2 people per one plate. You know, so that's how it's gonna be here, man. It's called what? Famine. All right. So a fall of an economy as well. So yeah, man, that's what comes to mind. And also Turkey, wasn't it Erdogan? That guy there, man, Erdogan, whatever his name is, with Turkey, when he was threatening, I think, Syria or Greece, which they talking about going to war. He was threatening them a while ago with sending immigrants to their country like a war tactic to flood their economy with, they would basically need help finding living, finding resources, so that can actually destroy a country where there's too many people showing up, and they don't have the system or the resources for it. Right, and the earth is full of resources. I saw a post earlier. It was funny, but it was serious. It was true that this world is the only place. Humans are the only ones that have to pay for living on this earth. You gotta pay for it, and the way Esau got it set up, they got their resources tied up. Not that the resources don't exist, is that the system is not set up for that. They got all kind of buildings and lands and open space out here, man, people could build on. But let me get this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 12:5. So these are the different states going against each other, or what you would call Democrats, Republicans. Some that believe in letting migrants in, some believe in keeping them out. And since they brought them into Texas, like I'm sending them to New York. And now they're calling for a state of emergency. This is Ecclesiastes 12:5. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, all right, just like an old man, that's America waxing old, and the mirth of this place is waxing old, man. All right. So when they're afraid of that which is high, meaning what? They're afraid of the fall. They're afraid of losing. That's why they can't help them people, because they know at the while it's going to cause the fall of the economy, a failing of the economy. All right, like too many people on one boat, or too many holes in the ship. It's going to sink. So they're afraid of that which is high, because they're afraid of the fall, like an old man would be. And fears shall be in the way. I picture an old man walking down a dangerous path at night, and he's worried about the fall that's ahead of him. That's America, man. It sees the fall. Everybody can see it, especially the economists, government officials, they see it. The steps ahead are dangerous for this place, America. It's fragile and weak right now. And fears shall be in the way, all right? Fears are in the path of America right now. These Americans, or Babylonians, they should be called. And the almond tree shall flourish, man. The almond tree represents the prophecies. The prophecies are flourishing. You can read that going back to Jeremiah chapter 1. All right, about the almond tree. That deals with the prophecies, and the prophecies and the scriptures represent the destruction of this place, the daughter of Babylon, and Esau's system. It says, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, meaning the grasshopper, which is a delicacy in the East, but over here it's going to be a burden, meaning this is a parable. All right, speaking of the lightest thing, as small as a grasshopper, is going to consume and eat up the mirth and the riches and wealth of this place. That's why America was called what? The great city, full of riches, right, and wealth. and decked with gold and silver and all these different precious stones and food and everything. Well, in New York, they said it was one of the biggest places to eat at, you know. Well, it's going to have holes in this system, man. All right, which it already does, but it's going to be, the resources are going to dwindle. All right, it says the grasshopper shall be a burden, and that's what they're showing up like grasshoppers. They're consuming the crops, then moving to another place, another state, go there, wear out their resources, and get moved to this state, wear out their resources. They're moving them around. So even the smallest thing can be a burden to this place, and this immigrant influx is definitely that. Russia and China moving away from the dollar is definitely part of that. Hyperinflation, the Feds raising the interest rate is part of that, to slow down spending and keep people from buying stuff out here, raising the prices. So every little thing is eating away at the strength of America, making it weak. And every step it takes, it gets more and more dangerous for this place before it's destroyed. That's why the Lord says, sit in the dust. All right, there's no throne, losing its power in the world. And the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail. See, everybody had the desires in this place. The American dream is failing. They don't see it no more. Now they're seeing what you call that, man? Danger in a way. All right, because man goeth to his long home. Right, there's gonna be a lot of death out here. A lot of people showing up here just to get really judged by the Lord. Some are part of the elect, and some are fucking terrorists. There's been gang members, rapists, murders, all drug dealers, cartel, whatever you want to name. There's a lot of them mingled in, just like here in America. There's good and bad people on the earth. All right, any way you look. Because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. All right, there's going to be a lot of mourning in the streets. There you go. It says this, Jeremiah 51:12. Set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. So a lot of these nations, they could be using this. People like George Soros. It said the nation, these 10 horns shall hate the whore. It calls her to be desolate and naked, and this could be part of it. All right, a lot of people saying George Soros or other people are funding this, getting them the buses, allegedly. That would be the European elites. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. All right, so everything is set against this place right now. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. This could be an ambush. A form of an ambush. Look at China. They set up police stations in New York. Look at that, man. So as these wars kick off or all hell breaks loose, what do you think these people are going to be doing? They're going to be shouting against the government as well of America and the people. It says, set up a standard, prepare the ambushes. For Yahweh hath both devised and done that which he hath spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. So it's against the people. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, right? Abundant in treasures, man. It's going to be eating up all the resources, man. Like locusts. Thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness, man, the measure that America was made to be greedy and rob the world of its resources, that's over. All right? It's over with. In the words of that devil Yuval Noah. Yahweh of hosts, of armies, have sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars, basically cankerworm. and they shall lift up a shout against thee, man. That's talking about these nations' armies, and also amongst these migrants, man. They're gonna have gang members, political leaders, whatever you want, in the midst. Agents, terrorists, I saw a couple of videos that I couldn't find on social media to show, but some guy over there in South America, he was like, "Yeah, we coming, and we're gonna do everything he's saying we're gonna do. We got knives, we got, I was like, I don't know if I can show this one, but yeah, they mingled in there. So but it's all to put pressure and weight on the economy of America. And I remember in the past it was said that George Soros and people like him, those elites, could be funding it. And now look, same thing that happened in the Soviet Union in 1991 with George Soros helping to fund the fall of their economy. Now look, they put their focus on America, and people have forgotten that the elites had their hidden hand in the midst of it. You see that? Now look at the results, the chaos. And they aim to bring order out of chaos. All right, so the people coming over there here, they either coming here to get delivered or to be destroyed. That's it. America's the melting pot sitting upon many waters, many nations surrounded by water. Meaning shipments coming in and out of this place, but now it's lacking in resources. The system is failing, and it's being eaten up like a cankerworm. It's being filled with people in the midst of hyperinflation, man. This place is done.